Hi friends, this is Pastor Daniel Gouveia. So a few days ago, a friend of mine, Pastor Giovanni Sanchez, took me on a kayaking adventure on Kings River, and we had a great time. I just posted a video of that adventure recently, and at the end of the video, Pastor Giovanni shares his personal testimony. Because the video is quite long, I just wanted to make a separate video just with Pastor Giovanni's testimony. I hope you are blessed and that you may share his testimony with many people. We had so much fun, and I want you to meet Pastor Giovanni a little bit better, so I'm going to ask him, Pastor Giovanni, how did you become a follower of Jesus, and how did you give your life to Jesus, and how did you become a pastor?
Yeah, so I grew up with a mom that was very devoted to the Lord, churchgoer from the moment that I was born, but I was not so much on board with that. I resisted church and the things of God. I didn't really like it, and I had to go through some rough things in life. I got involved in some substance abuse, and then I got kicked out, I got expelled to school, got in some trouble. Wow. And I pretty much had to hit rock bottom to realize, hey, what am I doing with my life? What choices am I making? Where is this gonna lead me to? And finally, I had been impressed for a while to pick up the Bible and read it. And when I finally did, I opened it up to Luke 15, where you see the story of the prodigal son.
Yes.
And as I read that story, I identified with the prodigal son.
Wow.
And it just seemed that God was saying, hey, I'm calling you and I'm receiving you with open arms, despite everything you've done. And it really touched me, it really moved me. I broke down and I said, Lord, I want to follow you. And it wasn't overnight. That there were a lot of changes that needed to happen in my life. I was still stumbling, but eventually I felt that I could make that decision to be baptized and say, you know what, Lord, I want to be for you the rest of my life. And at that same time, I sensed a call to serve him.
Amen.
Not so much as a pastor, just to serve him. I didn't know what capacity, and I was involved with various ministries. And being involved in those ministries, I came in touch with a lot of different pastors and churches, and I would get the invitation or saying, hey, have you ever considered pastoral ministry? And I finally started to pray about it, and the doors were open for me to do it. And I became a pastor, about 7 years ago or so. And
7 years.
It's one of those things where not only do you need to have the calling, but it needs to be confirmed by those of more experience. Yes. Just as you see in the book of Acts. Yes. And you can serve God in a variety of ways. That's how I was called, but maybe you have a career already and you can serve God in that career that you're in.
Amen. That's it.
Pastor is not the only way you can serve God.
Exactly.
That's just a way that it happened with me. So I'm in love with the Lord. I'm grateful. Amen. He makes a big difference in my marriage, with my children, with my family. Amen. And we enjoyed his beautiful nature today down the river.
So much.
A great lesson I learned today was, hey, we have to stay in the boat with Christ. We can't steer to the left or to the right.
Amen. Amen.
You see what happens? We have to stay in the center of the river.
Awesome.
God bless you guys.
Amen. Another interesting detail is that 7 years ago when he became a pastor, he was actually pastoring with me. He became my associate pastor for what, 6 months?
It might have been about 6 months, maybe
6
a
months?
year.
I don't know. Then then we got separated, unfortunately, but hey, we're still friends. All right, well, friends, thank you so much for watching. God bless you, and see you soon.
God bless.
Bye.